Hi. I was thinking we could move slow. So some slow bow, little yummy, juicy, jammy practice. And it's just gonna feel nice and feely. Okay, so we'll start on a block seated. We'll take a moment to find our breath. So I like to have mine on the medium setting, and if you need 2 blocks, you can take 2 blocks. Hands to the bum, grab your cheeks, lift them out from underneath of you. Sit a little higher on your sits bones and accentuate your lower lumbar, moving in. And take domes to the tops of the thighs. Use this point of contact to find a rise in your heart, lengthen your belly. Lift up the chin, open your throat more than is comfortable. Take it into that vulnerable space of being. Allow your eyes to shut and then breathe. And finding full, beautiful inhales, expansive in quality, and deep grounding exhales, a rooting aspect. And take one more big full inhale here. And deep exhale. Allow your eyes to open. And take your block and place it to the side. And sit the hips back and wide, top of the foot pressing down, dragging back towards the knee for a low hollow. Keeping your belly long and your rib cage full. Rising through the shoulder blade zone, so slowly, so lightly. Touch domes down to the mat. Domes touch light, slide back to bright. Walk your knees back, all fours. Knees underneath of the hips, hands as wide as the mat or as wide as your shoulders. And find some spring load, sit the hips back and wide and reach the ribs forward. Each time the ribs pull forward, find a push of fullness expanding into the back line of your back. Hips pulling back and wide, knees pushing down, forward and out to the side. Find some undulations of your spine, getting wave-like, liquid. And here's the space that I kind of throw the algorithm out and I just move and find that intuitive, feminine, unguided, unsensible movement that just feels right. And find some stillness. Strong push of the mat away finds fullness through the back rib cage. We feel our shoulder blades broaden, so versus the collapse, we fill. Elbows externally rotated sets our shoulders up for proper alignment. Hips drag back and keep them on the rise and wide behind you. Knees push down, forward and out to the side. Top of the foot digs down and drags back, a further engagement into the posterior chain. A couple of spring loads one more time, hips back wide, ribs stretch forward, and creating length, space in the belly. Next time you sit your hips back, hold them back here. Peel left knee open to the side, place paw to the mat. Kickstand the right foot out, sit hips back wide. Rise up through your left ribs, dome left fingertips. Find a pulse here, hips root back, rising ribs nice and slow. Open the belly, peel it open. And so finding a pace, a pulse that feels appropriate for your energy, for your being. And can you find more connection, more mindful connection to your body? And feeling into each move. Exhaling to sit back, inhaling to rise. Reach left seed forward and long. Allow your belly to bow. Hips root back and wide. Belly bows, chin lifted, throat open. Single crown. Left seed to the front of the top of your head, the crown. And using this as a resistance to find more length in the throat, more length in the belly, hips pull back and wide. Open belly bows, lifting, opening. One more pulse. Bloom. Back through center. 2 hands to the mat, 2 knees to the mat. All fours, spring load. Let's have some undulations of the spine one more time. So getting wavy, liquid. Find some stillness. Strong push of the mat away, inflate through the back. Hips pull way back wide behind you. Peel right knee out to the side. Place paw to the mat. Kickstand the left foot just a little bit. Sit the hips back and wide. Rise up through your right ribs. Little pulses, nice and slow. Opening, hips pull back wide. Belly bows to the right. Chin lifted, throat open. Rising into the right ribs. Reach your right seed forward and long. Allow your belly to bow open, chin lifted, throat open. Single crown. Seed connects to the top of the head. Use your seed as something to resist into. So pressing head into the hand creates more length in the throat, more length in the belly. Blooming open, hips pull back, belly bows right, reaching, opening. Back through center, 2 hands to the mat, 2 knees to the mat. And find some barrel rolls, big circular motions of your rib cage. Switch your roll, other direction. We'll find some stillness in the center. And push the mat away, find fullness through the back shoulder blades. Chin lifted, throat open. Drag your hips back. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, crouching cat. Feet walk wide as your hips or almost as wide as your mat. Shoulders are behind the wrists. So a slant in the arm, push the mat away, find fullness in your back rib cage. Whole rib cage expanding all sides, hips rooting back, wide and up behind you. Pause, connected strong, push down and out to the side, and the knees hug externally. Pulse through the center, sit the hips back and wide, and then reach the ribs forward. How much length can you hold, create between the hips and the ribs? And find some stillness. Externally rotate right hand just a little bit. Twist cat to the left. Toes to the left, knees to the left. Sit the hips towards the heel. Right ear to right shoulder, rise up through your ribs. Find a bend and extend, a pulse. Nice and slow, hips drag back and wide. Open the belly to the left, rising into your left ribs. And chin is lifted, throat is open. Reach left seed long and forward. Hips pulse back, belly bows left, rising, extending ribs. Back through center. And find some undulations of your spine in crouching cat, so pulsing a wave into the back. Find some stillness, crouching cat, push fullness into the back, paws rooted, pushing down and out to the side. Externally rotate left hand, twist cat right, toes to the right, knees to the right. Sit the hips towards the heel and rise up through your right ribs. Bending, extending through the legs, hips drag back and wide to the left. Open belly, bows to the right, rise up to your ribs. And chin is lifted, throat is open. Big expansion. Reach right seed forward and long. Extend the whole right side, hips pull back wide. Open belly, bows to the right. Chin lifted, throat open, reaching. Back through center. A couple pulses through the middle, hips pull back and wide. The ribs press, pull forward, pushing fullness into the back. Keep expanding, whole rib cage. Narrow your knees to lower your knees. Sit back onto your heels. High knees, hero the ankles, press the top of the foot down, gentle drag back, hips pull back and wide, push two seeds forward, inflate through the back, and then sweep your hands back into ecstasy. Sit the hips back, hold them low, and keep your hollows as you rise up through the center. Little pulses, head presses back into the hand. Sometimes it's nice to take one hand to the back of your neck and just support the space. Hold the space behind the neck as you rise, lift up. Rise through the center, arch over to the right. Release the right hand to catch the outside edge of left thigh. Use the spine to get big and full into your left side. Gently rising through the left. Keep your heart forward, belly long, chin lifted, throat open. Back up through center. Sit hips back, lift up, lengthen the belly. Rise up through the middle, arch over to the left. Release the left hand, catch outside edge of right thigh. Use the spine to get big, deep, and full into your whole right side. Hips back, soft belly forward, rising to arch over. Head presses back into the hand, throat opens. Back through center. Arms forward, little seaweed sway. Glide your ribs side to side. And then sit your hips back, two domes, touch light down to the mat. Domes slide back to bright, arms push strong. Fill into the back, tuck the toes, lift the knees, crouching cat. Feet walk wide, push fullness into the back, hips root back and wide, push the paws down and out to the side. Knees hugging external in line with the ankles, hips root back and the ribs stretch forward. Externally rotate, right hand twist cat left. Toes left, knees left, hips back, ear to shoulder, rise up through your ribs. Bending and extending here. Rise up through left ribs, chin lifted, throat open. Pick up your right foot, hero the ankle behind you. Press the top of the foot down towards the press the top of the foot down onto the ground. Pull towards the knee to slowly lower the knee down. Hips pull back wide, ear to shoulder, rise up through the ribs. Option to take left hand ecstasy, ear to shoulder, rise up through the ribs. Elbow hugs into the cheek, hips root back. Belly stays long, bowing forward and to the left. Chin lifted, throat open. Option, dig, drag, left foot, pick up the knee, pick up the foot. Knee hugs forward, hips move back, open the belly, bow open. Head presses back into the hand, throat opens and the belly opens. One more full inhale. Exhale, replace your left foot back down. Left hand back down to the ground. Hands push strong, eyes look forward. Twist back, crouching cat. Sit the hips back wide, reach the ribs forward. Externally rotate, left hand twist cat right. Toes right, knees right, hips sit back. Ear to shoulder, rise up through your ribs. Little pulses. Left foot, pick it up, hero the ankle, take the top of the foot down to the mat to drag towards knee to softly lower knee down. Sit hips back wide, ear to shoulder, rise up through your ribs. Option ecstasy, the right hand, catch behind the head. Ear cascades to shoulder as you rise through your right ribs. Open belly, bows to the right, hips pull back wide, chin lifted, throat open. Option 2, pick up the right foot, knee hugs in, hips move back, open the belly, bow open. One more full inhale. Exhale, place your right foot back down, hands forward, all fours. And find some undulations of your spine. Another cool thing to play with here is, I don't know, I'll call them like bum shifts, where you glide one bum to one side so that the ribs move left and drop right ear to right shoulder, and then glide the bum to the other side. Right ribs move right, left ear to left shoulder. Keep going. Little glides, side to side, creeping into your sidelines. Okay, back through center. And take your forearms down to the mat. Push fullness into the back of the heart. Thread the needle, right hand underneath of your left arm. And take your right head, right side of your head, and lay it down onto the mat. Left arm can come forward and resist into the mat to broaden through your back. And first stop stays here. And second stop can take your left hand, wrap behind the back to catch the inside edge of your right thigh. And take your left forearm back. Use it, press fullness into the back. Set up your base, 2 forearms forward, and then thread the left arm underneath the right. Rest the left side of your head onto the mat. Take your right arm forward. Resist your seed into the mat, broaden through the back. You can stay here, or you can take your right arm, wrap around behind the back to catch the inside edge of your left thigh. Open here, and breathe nice and deeply. Releasing. Forearm forward, both forearms forward. Push fullness into your back, inflate. Tuck your toes, lift your butt up into the air, walk your feet wide. Feet narrow inwards so that knees narrow inwards. Hips move back, wide, and up behind you. Pause, push down and out to the side. Push forearms into the mat, fill into your back. Lengthen the belly, root hips back, crown of the head reaches forward. First stop stays here, and second stop plays with taking right leg out to the side. This knee stays hugging in towards the belly, hips move back and wide towards the left. Forearms pushing fullness into your back. One more full inhale. Exhale, lower back down. Fullness pushes into the back of the heart. Shift weight right, left leg out to the side. Hips move back wide right, open belly bows to the left. Left knee hugging in. And lower that foot back down. Narrow your knees. To lower your knees, come down onto your belly. Make a little flower cup so that your elbows are wide and your head can land on your hands, and just take your knees for a little windshield wiper, glide them side to side. Lift back up, place your hands wide. Using your knees, dig them down, drag them back, and then using the hips, dragging you back, rise up. Set up Panther Prep. Hamstring hug, heels to the bum. Super get the glutes to engage. Make sure you've got big hollows in your groin so the butt is up in the air. Hamstring hug, heels to the bum. So can you get your glutes to engage? Here we're on the base of the thigh, the place that doesn't feel bony like your knee. It should feel like the beginning of your quad or your thigh. So hamstring hug, heels to bum. Booty's up, belly's long. Fill into the back and then come down halfway. Elbows pull apart. Keep space between the shoulder blades. Less is more. And then rising back up. Nice and slow, searching for length and tone in the belly, elbows pulling apart and then lifting back up. The chin is lifted, the throat is open. Hamstring hug, heels to the bum. One more. Rise up, hands walk onto the mat. Tuck your toes, lift up, crouching cat. You can pedal the heels here. And take a couple of hops if you want. If you don't want to hop, just pulsing through the center, hips back wide, ribs forward. If you're hopping, eyes look forward, push the mat away. Hops, hops, hops. Arms pushing so strong, eyes look forward. Keep the knees at a 90 degree. Hop with an open belly. Wherever you are, hop forward. Land light, take a deep bend into your knees, move the hips way back, rise up by hinging at the hips with an open belly. Take a pause, little domes to the tops of the thighs, gentle bend into the knees, root down through the toes and breathe. Allow your eyes to open. Push 2 seats forward and begin to sway your ribs side to side. And find some stillness. Push arms forward, search for hollows in your armpits, broaden through the back, and then sweep your hands back into ecstasy. Pulse through the center, sit the hips back and wide, keep them low as you rise through the center, forearms up towards the sky. Thinking about making more space, ribs stretch away from the hips, head presses back into the hand, open the throat, open the belly. Moving with your breath, exhale roots you down, inhale rises you up. Rise through the center, arch over to the right, hips pulse back, belly bows forward, little openings into your left side line. Notice your toes, root them down, knees hugging external, hips back wide. Release your right hand to the top of your right thigh. Push space into the right side as you rise and arch through the left. Hips back, belly's bowing forward, rising, arching over. And one more big expansion. Stretch into it, rise into it. And back through center, 2 seats forward, take a little sway, glide your ribs side to side. Leading with the ribs, the arms just kind of follow in the wind. And then push 2 seats forward, search for fullness, broadening through the back, and then sweep your hands back, ecstasy. Head presses back into the hand, throat opens, belly opens. Pulse through the middle, sit the hips back wide, up behind you, and then rise through the center, forearms to the sky. Next time you rise through the middle, find your length, big arc over to the left, hips back, soft belly forward, rising, arching over. And keep your length, open belly, head presses back into the hand, elbows hug forward. Release left hand to the top of left thigh. Use this point of contact to push length into the left side as you rise and arch through the right. Hips back, soft belly forward, lifting, arching over. One more pulse. And then release. Step wide and step wide. Take a big bend into your knees and glide your hips way back behind. Horseshoe hold to the tops of the thighs. The belly is long and the ribs are light. Shoulder dips, right shoulder to the left. Hips move way back and wide behind you. Left shoulder right, hips move back and wide behind you. Right shoulder left. Left shoulder right. A couple back and forth. You can make a little dance out of it, little infinities. And catch your block and place it in front of you. Hop the feet together. 2 domes Not domes, 2 seeds, connect low down by the belly. Elbows push forward, lift up the chin. Shift the weight to the left, hover the right heel. Dig the paw forward, moves hips back. Drag paw back, engages back line of the leg, pick up the foot, hero the ankle. Little inner ankle engagement, soften the top of the paw. Hinge at the hips, takes the torso forward just a little bit. Hamstring hug, right heel to the bum. Can you get your right glute to engage? Keep the belly long, the ribs full. Pulse up and down on the standing leg. Okay, find some stillness. Sit the hips back to step your right paw back. High lunge, bring your hands to your hips. Give them a little flip, taking the hips to a dynamic neutral. Hands to the bum, grab low, spread wide, lift up as you extend through the left leg. So keeping a pocket in the back of your knee, and keeping at least a micro bend. Root down through your toes, root left femur back into hip socket. Domes can meet the tops of your thighs, little pulses if you like. The action of rooting, hips back, wide and up behind. Keep toes connected. And then take 2 seeds, reach them forward. We'll take a little pulse into cross ankle squat. Right knee angles towards, right knee angles forward. Sit the hips back and wide, arms pumped down to ribs rise, seeds to the tops of the thighs. First up is a light seat, hips behind the heart, hollows in your groins, pushing length into the belly, ribs rising, chin lifted. And the second stop is a deeper seat, roots the hips back, one hand to the heel, one hand to the knee. Either way, we're rooting hips back, keeping the belly long, energy rising as we root down. And breathing. One more full inhale, sit deep. Exhale, rise your heart, step your right foot to the side. Step wide, step wide. Horseshoe hold to the tops of the thighs, glide your legs side to side, hips back wide, open belly, chin lifted, throat open. Push 2 seeds forward and then sweep hands back, ecstasy. Sit hips deep, wide behind you and then lift up through the center, forearms to the sky. Thinking about expanding all sides of the rib cage as we rise. Sit your seat way back. Keep your belly so long, toes connected. Resist your head the whole way down as you hinge at your hips. Root hips back. Belly stays long. Torso faces the ground. Release your hands to the block. Arms push fullness into the back. So no collapse. We want to keep that guy so full. Whole heart, whole rib cage expanding. Pause, rooted, heels, hover. From the paw, we push down and out to the side. Fire up the butt. Let's glide legs side to side. And push fullness into the back. Root the hips back. Right hand ecstasy, catch behind the head. Head resists into hand. Hand resists back. Pause, pushing down and out to the side, hips rooting back wide as the ribs stretch forward. And then lower the right hand. Left hand catches ecstasy, elbow faces down to the ground. Head presses back into the hand, hand resists, hips rooting back and wide, belly so long, ribs full. Pause, push down and out to the side, fire up your bum. Both hands back down to the block. Glide your legs side to side. Deep seat, hips move back wide, rise up, open belly. Hop the feet together. Two seats connect, down low by the belly. Shift weight to the right, hover the left heel. And dig the paw forward, moves hips back. Drag paw back, engages back line of the leg. Pick up the foot, hero ankle. Little hinge at hips, takes torso forward just a little bit. Keep the belly long, fill into the ribs. Hamstring hug, left heel to the bum. Can you get your bum to engage this left bum? And then pulsing up and down on the standing leg. Notice your right toes. They might want to twinkle here, root them down. Find some stillness. Sit the hips back to step left paw back. High lunge, bring your hands to your hips. Hips are parallel forward, feet on railroad tracks. Back heel hovers just a little bit. Bend into the knees, hands at the hips, flip the hips, taking them to an anterior tilt. Hands to the bum. Grab low, spread wide, lift up from behind and extend through the right leg. Keep a pocket in the back of the knee. Root right femur back into hip socket. Connect the toes, dig, drag back. Belly is long, heart is full. Chin lifted, throat open. One more full inhale. Little pulses in and out if you like that. Sorry, I forgot those. Okay, two seats push forward. Rebend into your front knee. A little spring. Left ankle crosses over top of right thigh. Cross ankle squat. Knee stays narrow. Sit the hips back and wide. Arms pump down. Lift the ribs high. Two seats placed to the tops of the thighs. First stop is here, a light seat. Hips behind the heart. Long belly, lifted chin. Second stop sits deeper. Moves the hips back. One hand to the knee, one hand to the heel. Lengthening the belly, filling into the ribs, hips rooting back and wide, chin lifted, throat open. One more full inhale. Exhale, step the left foot to the side. Step wide, step wide. Take a deep seat, glide your hips way back. Two domes to the mat. Dome side to right. Step back, crouching cat. Pedal the heels. Push fullness into the back. And find some stillness. Externally rotate right hand, twist cat left. Toes left, knees left, hips back, ear to shoulder, rise up through your ribs. Little pulses, chin lifted, throat open. Other side, shift, externally rotate left hand, twist cat right, toes to the right, knees to the right, sit the hips towards the heel, and rise up through your ribs, pulsing. And chin lifted, throat open. And back through center. Eyes look forward. Take a couple hops on the spot. Big hops. Push the mat away. If you don't want to hop, just bend and extend through the legs. If we're hopping, big hop. Hop forward, land light, deep seat, hips wide behind you, rise up with an open belly. Big full inhale, and a deep exhale. Little bend into the knees, bring your hands to your hips. Rooted hips, so hips back wide, open belly. Chin lifted, throat open, glide your ribs side to side. And draw some circles with your ribs. Now switch your circle. Every time I do this, I get some nice digestion going on. Stir the pot. Okay, and find some stillness. 2 seeds forward, root down through the paws, little spring in the knees always. Hands catch ecstasy, head presses back into the hand, throat opens. So draw some circles along our chest so the chin rolls along the chest. When we get to one side, chin lifts, throat opens, head presses back into the hand. And back through center, chin rolls along the chest. Really filling into the scruff of the neck, feel the shoulder blades broaden, and then press head back into the hand, lift the chin out of the throat. Couple more. And then release. Connect 2 seats low by the belly. Elbows push forward, broaden through the back. Chin is lifted, throat is open, shift weight right. Dig, drag left, picks up the foot. Heroed ankle, sit hips back, little pulses. We're going to pulse this leg, sitting hips back, keeping the belly long, keeping the ribs full, chin lifted, throat open. We're going to pulse this leg all the way back until we can land light. Left paw touches down on an angle to top left hand corner of the mat. Front foot bisects back foot, nice bend into the knees, glide your hips back. Right seed connects to the inseam of right knee. Left arm reaches forward and long, find extension and length through the left side, sweep the hand back, ecstasy. Dig, drag your right paw back as you reach the elbow forward. Find a rise in your ribs, hips back wide, open belly. Toes stay connected, using the energy of your left paw, digging down, dragging back like you're gonna take off for a race to find the engagement in your left butt. Reaching, hips back, open belly, head presses back into the hand, open the throat. And push 2 seeds forward, little spring, open leg, connect left seed to left knee, hips move back and wide, this knee hugs forward, reach right arm forward long, lift the chin, open the belly, fly. One more full inhale. And carry your left knee forward, cross the leg all the way over, Phoenix kickstand. Knees squish forward, hips move back, push seeds forward, and then sweep the hands back, ecstasy. Pulse through the center, hips back wide, lift up, lengthen the belly. Just thinking about finding a rise more than a going back. You want to protect your back by staying full through the rib cage, all sides expanding and rising. So an expansion through the rib cage, a rise through the belly. One more pulse. And then release your head. Step back. Full inhale. Deep exhale. Step wide, root hips back, belly is long, arms hang forward, gorilla. And just letting your ribs glide side to side. Arms will just kind of do whatever. Find some stillness. Hop the feet back together. 2 seats connect low down by the belly. Elbows push forward, inflate whole rib cage. Little spring in the knees always. Knees forward, hips back. Chin is lifted, throat is open. Shift weight to the left. Hover right heel. Dig, drag, picks up the foot. Hero the ankle. Sit the hips back. Open the belly, rise into the ribs. Little pulses to slowly take our right foot back. Keep sitting back. Keep the belly reaching long. Ribs rising, chin lifted, throat open. So slow. We'll take this foot, land it down, touch light. Left foot straight forward, right foot angles up, top right hand corner of the mat. Bend into your knees and glide your hips back. Set up side coil, left seed to the inseam of left knee. Right arm reaches long and forward, extend the whole right side, and then sweep the hand back, ecstasy. Dig, drag right paw back as you reach the elbow forward and rise through your right ribs. Little pulses, big breathing. Head presses back into the hand, open your throat, open your belly. Release 2 seeds forward, eyes look forward. Keep full through your heart. Little spring, open leg, right seed connects to right knee. Hips move back wide. Right knee hugs forward, open the belly. Reaching left arm so far, so long, lift up your chin, fly. Standing legs bent, root down through the toes. One more full inhale. Exhale, 2 seeds forward. Cross right leg all the way over. Phoenix kickstand. Knees squish forward, hips root back. Arms push forward, inflate through the back, and then sweep hands back, ecstasy. Little spring through the middle, hips back wide, lift up, lengthen the belly. Release your arms forward. Step wide, deep seat, hips root back and wide. 2 domes, touch light, slide back to bright, arms push strong. Step back, crouching cat. Externally rotate right hand, twist cat left. Toes left, knees left, hips sit back, ear to shoulder, rise up through your ribs, little pulses. Release your right hip down. Seated twist, hips behind the heart. Dome left fingers in front of your heart. Lightness underneath your right armpit. Hips wide, belly long, chin lifted, throat open. We'll extend our right arm long, lie onto your side. Allow your left leg to drape over top of your right. Maybe shimmy your hips back just a little bit. 2 seeds push high into the sky, heart spirals to sky. Chin is lifted, throat is open. Back through center, 2 forearms forward. Push fullness into the back, chin is lifted, throat is open, belly long. And plant your hands. Tuck your back toes. Lift back up, crouching cat. Pulse through the center, hips back and wide. Reach the ribs forward. Externally rotate left hand, twist cat right. Couple last pulses on this side. Hips back wide, rising through the ribs. Chin lifted, throat open. Lower your left hip down. Seated twist, right fingertips dome in front of your heart. Heart stays broad, belly stays long. Chin lifted and the throat open. Extend your left arm long to lie onto your side. Allow your right leg to drape over top of you, or over top of your left leg, like you're lying in bed. And then two seeds push high into the sky, heart spirals to sky. Arms can reach back a little bit, lengthen the belly, lift the chin, open the throat. Back through center. And two forearms forward. And push fullness into the back. Chin lifted, throat open. Extend your left arm long to the top right hand corner of the mat. Allow your head to roll onto the mat, arms up to the sky. Body rolls. Using your head, your heart, and your hips, shimmy your way back onto your mat, holding the alignment of your spine. And catch your knees, freedom pose. And then cupping the knees, allow the knees pull heavy away from you. A little rock side to side. And chin is lifted, throat is open. Big full breathing. Release your left foot, interlace hands behind the right thigh. Thigh root pose, allow the thigh to pull heavy away from you as you extend the leg up towards the sky. Hero the ankle, so that inner ankle squinch, soft top paw. Heel can energetically kick upwards towards the sky. Press the back of the head into the mat, lift up the chin. Release the interlace, cross ankle over top of left thigh. Pull in to catch the shin. I like to take my left hand to left knee. And then allowing the arms to pull heavy away from you. You can resist the ankle into the thigh, thigh back into the ankle. And chin lifted, belly's long. And take your arms into the sky, finding a little core here so legs stay connected as a unit. Ankle resists into thigh, arms reach back as the legs move away. Search for tone and lengthen the belly and then lift it back up. Let your left foot land on the mat. Easy twist, legs fall to the right. Chin up, bar the hands, domes beside the ears, elbows up to the sky. Option to take your right hand and catch the outside edge of your left elbow. Find a gentle resistance. Inhale rises you back through center, and cross your legs and interlace your hands behind the left thigh. Thigh root pose, allow the thigh to pull heavy away from you so the arms pull long, shoulder blades get broad. Then extending wave leg up towards the sky. Hero your ankle, heel energetically kicks upward. A wave leg is keeping like at least a micro bend in the back of your knee instead of a locked out knee. I honestly don't think I can lock my knee out here. Release your interlace, cross ankle over top of thigh. Pull in to catch the shin, or right hand to right knee if it's in your reach. Allowing the arms to pull long keeps your spine aligned, so lower lumbar lifts in its natural curve. The belly stays long. Press the back of the head into the mat, lift up the chin. Legs stay as they are. Release your shin, reach your arms up to the sky. Same kind of core, legs move away, arms reach back. Resist the ankle into the thigh, rise back up. Next time your right foot lands on the ground, hold it there. Easy twist, legs fall to the left. Chin up, bar arms, domes to the sides of your ears, elbows up to the sky. Option to take your left hand, catch outside edge of right elbow. Little resistance, broadens into the back, lift the chin. Engage your core, rise back through center. Uncross your legs and catch your knees, freedom pose, little rock side to side. And extend your legs long. Hands to the bum, spread the cheeks. Give yourself a big bear hug, grab for opposite shoulders, spread shoulders. And then the arms out to the side, palms up or down, you can decide. And press the back of the head into your mat, lift up the chin, big full inhale. Deep exhale, lets it go. Notice if you're holding any tension and just soften, allow yourself to melt and be held. Notice the conversation. Can you bring it back to breath or words of compassion and gratitude? And stay here for as long as you have. And be quiet and soft and love yourself a little more. Thanks for being here.